Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. First thing, I want to welcome the grandparent of Christopher Bacon to come today. I praise Jimmy and Christopher to bring their grandparents to the temple today. It's the Buddhist tradition to bring the parents, the grandparents to the temple. It's a gest of Filial Piety. And in Buddhism, Filial Piety is very important. So today I talk about the four gratitude. Buddha taught us why we have to be grateful. In life, to be grateful is one the quality. The four gratitude, the normal people had to adopt it. The first gratitude is to Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, the one who teaches the way of life, the normal life, the good life, the virtuous life. The second gratitude is to our ancestors, to our grandparents, to our parents. Without them, we're not here. And we inherit all the good quality from our ancestors, our grandparents, our parents. They taught us, they nurture us, and they upbringing us to become a normal good people. And the third gratitude is to our nation, our country. Without our country, we don't live in peace, we don't live in security. And the last one is gratitude to all the sentient beings. We need to protect the ecosystem. We need to protect life because we have to live in balance. If for some reason we exterminate or we cause the extermination of one species, we create the unbalance and it's very difficult for us to survive. So we need to maintain the balance in life. For example, people think, they can exterminate one species. Like, for example, people think they can exterminate ants, for example. Impossible. Or even cockroach, we cannot exterminate because they will survive. It has to be a balance, okay? And the survival of all the species maintain the ecosystem. So in Buddhism, gratitude is very important. And as a human being, filial piety is very important. Buddha teaches we have to be pious to our ancestors, our grandparents, our parents. And Christopher Bacon, Chiming, impressed me with a young age. He's a very good young person. He learned fast, he adapted himself to the good behavior, the good normal life. It's one of the quality that the young generation now need to learn so they can be pious, they can be a normal good people. Nowadays, they have a lot of aggression, a lot of bias, prejudice, and to learn to be a normal, good person is very important for our society, for the survival of a human race. And in Buddhism, Buddha taught us to love. And this year, it's amazing. The first time in life, they celebrate Vesak, the birthday of Prince Siddhartha in the White House. I have the picture. It's amazing. President Biden celebrate the Vesak in the White House. I have a picture. I just talked to Quang Leon Bryan. I said, I show him the picture, the celebration of the Vesak, the birthday of Prince Siddhartha, the future Buddha. And Biden, he write a short article about Buddhism. It's very pretty. It's a religion of love. Buddha teaches how to love. And love stop the hatred. Love make the people a normal and decent person. Only with love we make our society better and better. And we know that through kind of love, loving kindness, we treat everybody like our own family. If we treat everybody without any discrimination, any prejudice, that's good for society. That's the loving kindness. Loving compassion is we treat everybody and with respect. We help the needy people, the poor people, the sick people, the disadvantaged people, but without contempt, without disrespect. That's the loving compassion. Some people, they help, but they help with the feeling like, I feel pity for you. Look down on them. It's not good. You help them, you have to help with respect. Like you treat your family. You help one member of your family. We help with love. You never look down on your family. For example, your grandparents, your parents, they get old, they need help. We help them with love, with respect. Our brother, our sister too, if they disadvantaged, we have the way to help them. We help them with love, respect, not with disrespect. That's the way it should be. That's loving compassion. So Buddha teaches always live with love. You see, Buddha, he come from a royal family, very advantaged. He left his family to go to become a poor monk. So he set an example to all of us to live and to share. In Buddhism, Buddha teach one thing. He said, to practice Buddhism, not only to chant, to study, but to serve your fellow people. That's the best way. He said, if you want to practice Buddhism, the real way to practice Buddhism, to serve your fellow people. Not only your fellow people, all the sentient beings. Okay? If we treat all the species with respect, with love, that's the practice of Buddhism. If they mistreat all the species, like insect, like animal, we all love them, respect their life. They like us, they want to live. They don't want to suffer. They don't want to die. So we have no right to impose suffering or death to them. Think about that. Think about our family. If you want to protect your family, you need to protect them too. I see some people, they go hunting for fun. We don't need meat. We have plenty of meat in the grocery store. H-E-B, plenty. We don't know, go to the ranch, to the farm. You see the deer, they have family. You see the male deer, the female deer, they have family. You shoot them, you shoot the male deer. It's very cruel. It's extremely cruel. Okay? And you shoot the bird, the same thing. You don't need that meat. You don't need that. And in all kind of sport, and especially we have a good rifle with the device to aim at them so we can kill them easily. It doesn't make sense. We don't need the killing. Like a fish, find them, we go fishing for fun. We don't need fun to go fishing to kill them, to pull the fish out of the water, they die. We have plenty. If you want to eat it, you go grocery, you have plenty. And Buddha teaches, about the vegetarian regime. It's not mandatory in Buddhism to eat veggie, but what it is, the supply and demand. The more you consume, the more they will sell. They will look for that to sell to us. For example, look at the Thanksgiving, how many million turkey they kill. If we less, they kill less, they sell less, but we consume more, they kill more. That demand and demand bring the supply. So that's the way Buddha teaches. And another thing too, with our help too. Buddha a long time, Buddhism is very scientific. Buddha teaches we eat to live, we don't live to eat. And you know that if we eat more fruit and vegetable, your cholesterol is good and your health is better. Eat more meat and consume more meat, you have problem with cholesterol, problem with the high blood pressure, all kind of problem. And nowadays they don't raise the natural way. They use chemical, they use growth hormone, they use everything to make the animal grow faster, quicker, fatter, so they can sell it. So we protect ourselves by eating less meat, fish is better for our health. Eat more fruit and vegetable, much better for us. So that's the way the 26th century ago, Buddha teaches the right way to eat, to consume. Just eat to live. We don't live to eat. We live to eat. You eat too much, we get sick. The people, they die from eating too much. We consume too much. So we learn a lot in Buddhism, especially the love. Think about love. And the family, they live with love. The children, they grow up with love. And the whole family with love. The neighborhood live with love. The society is with love. The country live with love. I have to say this one. I have opportunity to live in Europe. I was a French educated, and I deal with Americans since 1963, about more than half century. I learned that this country, the people, they're very altruistic. They help more than any country. That's the reason why this country is rich, this country is powerful. What it is, it's the karma. Many countries, they are poor because they are stingy. They don't help. But in this country, you see, anytime we hear something around the world, on the earthquake, all the things, we help. We pour money out to help. That's the reason why we benefit from the good karmic action. If we do that, and we give example to other countries, many countries in Africa, in Asia, they are poor because they don't help. They don't hand out. In this country, Western country, they are richer than the other country because they willingly to help. That's the karma. We have to say that. And we're proud to doing that, to help, to extend the love to other countries. If we keep doing that, we improve the world's happiness, and we live in harmony. It's very important to live in harmony. The poor country, if they learn, if they wake up, the world get better. You see now like the pandemic, the COVID. We're a rich country. We can't afford vaccination. Many poor countries, they cannot afford it. And they don't have good vaccine either. The Chinese vaccine is not proven to be good. The Russian vaccine is not proven to be good. Our American vaccine It's a high quality, but they cannot afford it. It's too expensive. So now, President Biden, he started sending out vaccine to other countries. It's a good gesture. It's good. But even our country here, we don't have enough vaccine yet. Only maybe 50% get vaccinated now. But we need to reach at least 75% to have herd immunity. What's the herd immunity? 75% vaccinated. We have immunity, we can protect the other people. If that's less than 75%, we not protect yet. So we need more vaccination in this country. And out of love, we have to tell the people a lot of fake news about vaccine. They say, oh, bad effect about vaccine, the side effect, something. It's untrue. So we need to tell the people they need the vaccination. I'm a doctor, I'm still practicing. I see a lot of people, they resist the vaccination. I tell them that's nonsense. Vaccination protect. Vaccination is good. Good not only for us to protect your people. If we protect ourselves, that means we will protect the other people. Okay? If we don't get vaccinated, we don't protect our loved one. We don't protect our neighbor. We don't protect our school. We don't protect society. So we need vaccination. We need that. That's a law. That's a common sense. And you learn in Buddhism a lot of common sense. Buddha teaches common sense. You know, Buddha himself, he have a private physician. He have a physician, doctor to take care of him. He knows that. And 26 centuries ago, he knows that. He doesn't teach nonsense. Everything common sense in Buddhism. Okay? And I remember one time, they have a lot of cases of diarrhea among the disciples of a Buddha. Buddha told one monk, he said, you go to Tushita, our doctor, he's there. Ask him the treatment. So he went in there. He asked the doctor, he teaches fantastic way. He said, tell the people to drink more water, to take some electrolytes, some salt, and with the coconut juice, the potassium. You balance that, and you have water. You don't have dehydration, and you get well. Your body get well. I remember when I was a young intern, treat cholera the French way. They try to stop it. They try to do all kinds of things. People die. And after that, we have one way to treat it. One doctor, he's the American doctor. He's a Captain Phillips. He's a Navy American doctor. He find a way. We get a little bit of blood. We put in one solution. We measure specific gravity. We do the calculation. We know how much fluid the people need and electrolytes. Everybody get well. That time, I remember, I treated about 700 patients. I lost only one. One because she come too late. She's 75. She come really late. She's so dehydrated. We cannot save her. The rest of them, we save her. We have a patient. They have a diarrhea. We make a cut or make the whole that. We take some container to collect the diarrhea, the liquid, and we measure how much she lost. We measure how much. We replace the fluid, electrolytes. All of them, they get well. That's a very scientific way to treat it. We stop treating like the French people, trying to get something against diarrhea. It doesn't make sense. We cannot stop it. Have our body to recover, just to help to have enough fluid and electrolytes, and the patient get well. So, you see, that time, 26th century ago, Buddha knew all that already. That replaced the fruit, salt, the electrolytes, and coconut with potassium, and people get well. It is so scientific. And I just looked at that. The more I study Buddhism, the more I admire. Like the Buddha teach about particle. Before here, we didn't know that we have something we call atom. And with the atom, a small particle. He said, no, something smaller than atom. And we find out neutron, proton. And after that, he said something smaller than proton and neutron. It's a smaller particle. And it's amazing. Like, for example, Buddha teach before, before the people, they didn't understand. They thought, our world here is the center of the universe, and the sun rotates around about the earth. It's completely wrong. Buddha teaches, 26th century, we have a billion, zillion of a solar system. It's not one solar system. And he said that the earth is only one planet. It's so advanced, and people don't understand that time. They do not understand that. And Buddha teach already how many solar systems we have. Like the number, we don't have a number. We have a zillion, trillion. But in Buddhism, we have something bigger than zillion and trillion. And we think they have a smaller than zero. Like the time, the same thing. We have a nanosecond, 1/1,000 a second. But we have in Buddhism, sadhana. Sadhana is much smaller than nanosecond. You see, it's so advanced. It's amazing. Amazing. We learned Buddhism. And Albert Einstein, he's scientific. He said one thing, he said, religion have to make the amendment to follow science. Because a lot of things they teach is so wrong. Have to follow science to correct their misconception. But he said, science have to follow Buddhism. Buddhism is so far advanced, so science have to follow Buddhism. Because something Buddhism know already, science didn't know yet. Okay? So the more we learn it, the more we learn Buddhism, the more we understand it. And they have said one saying, just think about this one. They said two blessings in life. The first blessing, to be born as a human being. Why the blessing to be born as a human being? Because only human being, we have a capability to elevate yourself, to improve yourself, to make yourself better. The other animal, even they intelligent, dolphin, chimpanzee, they cannot match a human. And the second blessing, to meet the Dharma, to meet the Buddhism, so we can study. That's two blessings in life. Just think about that. I don't want to be opinionated, but find out yourself. Find out yourself. If you find the truth and the three methodology in Buddhism to study Buddhism, Buddha says, first thing is reading, obtaining the data. Obtaining data, but he said this one, don't take as the face value. Because a human being, you have to reflect on that. Reflection to see it makes sense to you. If the teaching or something say it's ethical or unethical, it's moral or immoral or amoral, it's true or not true, find out yourself. If it doesn't make sense, don't believe it. He said this one, he's the wonderful leader, teacher. He said, respect for me, I'm the Buddha. Don't believe what I said. Reflect on that. Think about that to see it makes sense. If I say something doesn't make sense, don't believe it, like you never hear. Okay? So reflect on that. When you reflect on that, and you said makes sense to you, apply it. Application, that's most important. And apply it. I talked to Christopher many times. He said, you learn something. If it makes sense to you, apply it in your life. Make it better. It be beneficial to you, to the other people. Application. So the practice of Buddhism it's a three-phase: learning, take on the data, but not as face value, reflection, and then the last one, application. It makes sense to you, and you see the beauty. The Buddha teaches one, the world is beauty. The world is very beautiful. People, they are good. Some people say, oh, people, they're good. No. Outside, sometimes they look different, but inside, everybody have a Buddha nature. Some people, they're not Buddhist. They say, I don't believe in Buddha nature. You can call awakened nature. Everybody have it. Or you don't call awakened nature, you call intrinsic value. We have that value. Like people, all of us, we have a genome. Some people, they don't study, they don't have education, they don't believe in genome. Everybody have a genome. Even the plant, even the animal. You said the dog have a genome. Yes, the dog have a genome. The cat have a genome. The plant have a genome. So you study that. So in Buddhism, we have a Buddha nature. If you don't believe in that, you call awakened nature. You call intrinsic value. You have it. Because we don't study, we don't discover. See, in Buddhism, practice Buddhism, discover your true self, your inner self. The self we have now is a fake self. Ask yourself, your name. For example, now, Christopher, his name is Christopher. But what is Christopher before he was born? He didn't have that name, Christopher. After Christopher, he died. What it will be, that Christopher? Something else. So the real Christopher is his inner self, his true self. He have to find it. I cannot help him. Nobody can help him. Even Buddha cannot help him. He needs to help himself. He needs to study. He needs to practice. And he try, and he will find his true self. That's alignment. That's the success of the practice. Even myself, I have to study. I need to practice so I will find my true self. Somebody asked me, did you find yet? Not yet. I'm not yet. I'm not that successful yet. I have to try. I'm still learning. I still do it. That's my talk today about the Filial Piety. Okay? And I hope that all of us, we understand the Filial Piety. It's a very important quality. It's the must know notion to become a normal, decent person. If anybody have any question about my talk today, I try to answer your question. If we have no question, we transfer the merit and we go chanting. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Any positive karmic action we accomplished today, you want to transfer to everybody and wish them that alignment.
Shakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya, honor future Buddha, Manjushri, great wisdom, Bodhisattva, universal great conduct, Bodhisattva, all Dharma guarding Deva Bodhisattvas, and the glorious mountain assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. To Amitabha Buddha in the land of ultimate Avalokiteshvara, great compassion, Bodhisattva, great strength, Bodhisattva, earth store, great vow, Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure sea light, Bodhisattva. Compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Namo, great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Namo, great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Moratna Traya Sattvaya, Mahasattvaya, Mahakarunikaya, Om Sarvaravaye, Sudanadasya, Namoskritvahi Mamadya, Valokiteshvara Ramdava, Namo Hrimabhaswami Sarvarhato Shubham Ajiyam Sarvasattva Namo Vastava Namo Vakamavitato Taryatha Om Havaloke Lokate Karati Hiri Mahabodhisattva Sarva Sarva Mala Mala Mahi Mahi Hridayam Kuru Kuru Karmam Doro Doro Vijate Mahavijate Dara Dara Dirini Shvaraya Chara Chara Mama Vimala Moktelehi Ehi Shina Shina Asham Prashari Vishva Vishram Prashaya Holo Holo Mara Holo Holo Hri Sara Sara Siri Siri Soro Soro Bodhaya 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 Maitreya Narakindi Drishanina Vayamana Swaha Swaha Mahasiddhaya Swaha Siddhayoge Shvaraya Swaha Narakindi Swaha Maranara Swaha Sira Simha Mokaya Swaha Sarva Maha Asaya Swaha Chakra Astaya Swaha Padma Kastaya Swaha Narakindi Vagalaya Swaha Mavari Sankaraya Swaha Namo Ratnatrayaya Namo Arya Valokite Shavaraya Swaha Om Siddhyanto Mandrabadaya Swaha Body is bringing morning light in concentration. My heart is at peace. A half smile is born on my lips. This is a new day and I go through it in mindfulness. The sun of wisdom has risen, shining in every direction. Noble Sangha, diligently bring your mind into meditation. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya. Surpass profound and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Vows and the one who is bowed to are both by nature empty. Therefore the communication between them is inexpressibly perfect. Our practice is the net of Indra, reflecting all Buddhas everywhere, as my own person reflects in all Buddhas, to whom my whole life I go for refuge. Light in the 10 directions, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, to whom we bow in gratitude. And living the way of awareness in the very midst of suffering, and Moni Buddha, the awakened Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of great understanding too, we bow in gratitude. Mindfully working joyfully for the sake of all beings, Samanta Bhadra, the Bodhisattva, a great action to whom we bow in gratitude. To suffering, serving beings in countless ways, Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of great compassion too, we bow in gratitude. Awakening and loving kindness in children, crowds, and all beings, Maitreya, the Buddha to be born to, we bow in gratitude. The way fearlessly and compassionately, the stream of all our ancestral teachers to whom we bow gratitude. Is deep and lovely, we now have a chance to see it and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning. Bodhisattva Avalokita, while moving in the deep course of Prajna Paramita, shed light on the 5 skandhas and found them equally empty. After penetration, he overcame ill-beingness, and Shariputra, form is emptiness, emptiness is form, form is not other. Emptiness, emptiness is not other than form. The same is true with feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. Listen, Shari. All dharmas are marked with emptiness. They are neither produce nor destroy, neither defile nor immaculate, neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore, in emptiness there is neither form nor feel, no perceptions nor mental formations or consciousness, no eye or ear or nose or tongue or body or mind, no form, no sound, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realms of elements, no interdependent origins, and no extinction of no well-being, no cause of ill-being, no end of ill-being, and no path, no understanding, no attainment, because there is no attainment. The Bodhis ground in Prajna Paramita, find no obstacles for their minds, having no obstacles they overcome fear, liberating themselves forever from illusion and realizing perfect nirvana. All Buddhas in the past, present, and future arrive at Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore, should know that perfect understanding is the highest mantra, the unequaled mantra, the destroyer of ill-being, the incorruptible truth, the mantra of Vajna Paramita should therefore be proclaimed. Gate Gate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha Gate Gate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha Gate Gate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. Invoke your name, Avalokiteshvara. We aspire to learn your way of listening in order to help relieve the sufferer. In the world, you know how to listen in order to understand. We invoke your name in order to practice listening with all our attention. Open-heartedness, we will sit and listen without any prejudice. We will sit and listen without judging or reacting. We will sit and listen so attentive. We will sit and listen so attentively that we will be able to hear what the other person is saying, and also what is being left unsaid. We know that just by listening deeply, we already alleviate a great deal of pain and suffering in the other person. Your name, Manjushri, we aspire to learn your way, which is to be still and to look deeply into the heart of things and into the hearts of people. We will look with all attention and open-heartedness. We will look with unprejudiced eyes. We will look without judging or reacting, so that we will be able to see and understand the roots of suffering through the impermanent and selfless nature of all. We will practice your way of using the sword of understanding to cut through the bonds of suffering, thus freeing ourselves and other species. Invoke your name, Samanta Bhadra. We aspire to practice your vow to act with the eyes and heart of compassion, to bring joy to one person in the morning and to ease the pain of one person in the afternoon. We know that the happiness of others is our happiness, and we aspire to practice joy on the path of service. We know that every word, every look, every act, and every smile can bring happiness to others. We know that if we practice wholeheartedly, we ourselves may be an inexhaustible source of peace and joy for our loved ones and for all species. Your name, Shittigarva, we aspire to learn your way of being present where there is darkness, suffering, oppression, and we can bring light, hope, relief, and liberation to those places. Determined not to forget about or abandon the situations. We will do our best to establish contact with those who cannot find a way out of their suffering. those whose cries for help, justice, equality, and human rights are not being heard. We know that hell can be found in many places. We will do our best not to contribute to creating more hells on earth and to help transform the hells that already exist. We will practice in order to realize the quality of perseverance and stability, so that like the earth we can always be supportive and faithful to those in need. Take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. In the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty in the world. Dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light supports me, keeping my practice free of obstruction. Refuge in the Buddha, in myself I aspire to help all people recognize their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love, taking refuge in the Dharma. In myself I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and walk together on the path of liberation. Take refuge in the Sangha. In myself I aspire to help all people build fourfold community, to embrace all beings and support their transformation. Reading the sutras, practicing the way of awareness gives rise to benefits without limit. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support the life.